move to Atlantis.
Why Chelsea should sign this next superstar left back, episode 3. For cheap good quality football jerseys, go over to www.jerseyfever.com, a link will be left in the description, and use code atlantisfootball to get 5% off. Before I get into the analysis, just give me 30 seconds to tell you about the OneFootball app, because this is the app I use to keep up to date with the latest circulating transfer rumours, and I find the match section on the app incredibly useful as well, as they have stats from matches from pretty much every league in the world, which is great for keeping up to date with the leagues, teams and players that you aren't able to watch as much as you would like. If you like this channel, you'll definitely love this app, and you'll be helping to support the channel directly, so click the link in the description to get the OneFootball app. So this is the third episode in my Who Chelsea Should Sign series. Go check out the first episode in the description for my explanation of the positions I'm looking to improve for Chelsea, who they should sell, and a brief tactical analysis of Tuchel's system. The second episode is my analysis of the right-sided centre-back that I would sign for Chelsea, so check out that as well. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the left wing-back I'd sign and why I think this player could potentially be a game-changing signing for Chelsea next season. So what do Chelsea need from a left wing-back? Well, currently they have Chilwell, Alonso and Emerson as their left back and left wing back options. Alonso is the best offensively of the three, but he isn't really good enough to play as a left back in a back four if Tuchel wants to make a system switch due to his positional vulnerabilities. He is also aging, which is why I would cash in on him in the summer, as I said in the first episode. Emerson is definitely more of a left back than a left wing back, but he isn't elite and has become Chelsea's third choice option. With his contract also coming into its last year next season, I also suggest that Chelsea move him on. Ben Chilwell is a good left back for Chelsea. He was significantly overpriced at £50 million. I thought £30 million was the most Chelsea should have paid for him, considering the other options on the market. He is a very competent all-round left back, pretty good defensively and offensively, but certainly in Tuchel's 3-4-3 system, I think Chelsea need better attacking output from their left wing back, which Chilwell at the moment does not offer. So before I get into my main pick, here are some options that I think Chelsea should consider bringing in. Borussia Dortmund's Raphael Guerrero is a player I really like. He's a very good progressor of the ball with his dribbles carrying the ball forward, and unlike most fullbacks, he has central midfield-like interplay when he moves up the pitch into central areas. His off-the-ball movement in the attack is superb, and he's a lot like his former Dortmund teammate Achraf Hakimi in the sense that both players don't play like conventional fullbacks when their sides have the ball. They motor forward at pace and make unconventional runs, such as through the centre of the field into goal scoring positions. I think Guerrero could also be one of the best inverted fullbacks in the world due to these abilities. He is 27 now, so needs to be snapped up quickly from Dortmund, as he isn't as young as some of the other players on this list. He does only have 2 years left on his current contract, which expires in 2023, so I think Chelsea could get him for a fee in the region of £35 million. Another option for Chelsea to consider is Jose Luis Gaia. He isn't as creative as Guerrero in the final third, but better at holding his width and making overlapping runs than he is at moving in field into the half spaces. He's better defensively, I would say, being very good at standing tackles in one-on-one situations. He is 25 years old, so is definitely a better long-term option in comparison to Guerrero, whilst his contract also expires in 2023, so realistically he's going to cost a similar amount to the Dortmund man, maybe around £30 to £35 million. Robin Gosens at Atalanta would be a cheaper alternative to the two that I've just mentioned. He's a different type of fullback, however, he's a lot taller and more physically dominant than Guerrero or Gaia. He isn't as good as the previous two in terms of his chance creating in the final third, and is definitely more of a wing-back than a fullback. He seems to be a better and younger version of Marcos Alonso. He, like Alonso, has a goal-scoring ability around the box that Gaia and Guerrero don't have, with a great shooting ability from outside of the box and a threat in the air coming round the back post. He's 26 years old, so he's a similar age to the other two options, but he'd be significantly cheaper, as I don't think Atalanta are going to demand a huge fee, particularly as he only has 1 year left on his current contract come the summer, meaning that he could be available for a fee in the region of £15 million, so definitely a very good cheaper alternative for Chelsea. But the player I've gone with is Theo Hernandez of AC Milan. Right now I think there's a very good argument to say that Theo is the best left back in the world, up there with the likes of Alphonso Davies and Andy Robertson. He is 23-24 in October and has a contract at Milan until 2024 after being signed by Milan for £20 million from Real Madrid back in 2019, so he's going to be an expensive signing, at least £50 million, maybe up to £60 million. However, I do think it's a fee worth paying, as like Alphonso Davies, Theo is a generational talent and will prove to be a world-class fullback for the next decade or so. Like the Bayern Munich left back, Teo is a phenomenal athlete, having the pace and power combined with exceptional dribbling ability, which allows him to drive the attack forward with his dribbles down the left side in a fashion very similar to that of Gareth Bale around 2009ish at Tottenham. Here we see that the ball is on the halfway line with Teo being pressurised. Most fullbacks in this situation would maybe play a safer pass sideways or backwards or loft the ball back into the final third, but Teo has a confidence, speed and dribbling ability to knock the ball around the opposition player and drive the ball forward past the opposition's midfield all the way into the box. This is an incredibly valuable asset for a side to have, as this allowed Milan to progress the ball from the middle third into the box in a matter of seconds. This dribbling ability can be seen this season, as in Serie A Teo has completed the most dribbles of any fullback in the league with 2.6 per 90. Combine this with the fact that when we look at the most ball carries into the final third of any player in Europe's top 5 leagues this season, Teo sits in 5th place with a total of 90, with the likes of Jack Grealish and Bernardo Silva sitting in joint 9th with 80. So Teo is one of the best progressive dribblers from deep in the world, but he also has the output in the final third when he gets into those positions. He doesn't have any faults in his offensive game really, capable of curling in across from a deep position or driving down the line to either drill a low cross across a box or pull it back to someone making a late run into the box. His technical ability as well as his vision and composure is extremely impressive, more reminiscent of an orthodox winger than a fullback. He has completed the 6th most key passes of any fullback in Serie A this season with 1.5 per 90, whilst also recording an expected assist rate of 0.19 per 90. Just to put this into perspective, Andy Robertson at Liverpool also has recorded an expected assist rate of 0.19 per 90 this season, whilst also picking up 1.6 key passes per 90, showing just how impressive Teo's attacking numbers are. But he can also progress the attack as well with long passes from deep. At Milan we see him often pick up the ball in the middle third or his own half and play drilled long passes into the forward line as he does here into Ibrahimovic. This is a trait that would help Chelsea get the ball into Olivier Giroud when he plays, enabling them to link the play quickly, or it could be used to find one of Timo Werner's bending runs in behind the back line down the left sided channel. Teo does currently play as a conventional left back in a back 4 in Stefano Pioli's 4-2-3-1 system at Milan, where the wide midfielders move infield into narrow positions, meaning that Teo is responsible for a lot of the ball progression and attacking output down that left side. At Chelsea, he'd be perfectly suited to playing the left wing back role. He is by far superior in nearly every attacking attribute when compared to Chelsea's current left wing back options, and in particular I think Chelsea would really benefit from his interplay down the left. He is very good at playing quick passes down the left side and then making dynamic, penetrating runs ahead of play, either looking for a quick pass to complete a 1-2 or going in behind the back line into a goal scoring or a goal creating position. I think this is where Theo Hernandez really separates himself from being a top level fullback to potentially being a generational one. Alphonso Davies has a similar ability to Teo when it comes to dribbling and progressing the ball quickly down the left. However, the Canadian doesn't have Teo's goal scoring ability. This season for Milan he scored 5 goals in the 31 games that he's played, 3 of them with his left foot and the other 2 with his head, whilst last season he scored 6 in 33 games, 4 with his left foot and 2 with his right foot. The goals that he's scoring aren't tap-ins either. Here the ball falls to him on the edge of the box and he hits the ball first time drilling it into the far bottom corner. Another time he drives forward with the ball before getting to the edge of the box and driving the ball low and hard across the keeper into the bottom corner. His ability to shoot hard and low across the keeper like this is why I compare him to Gareth Bale. Like Bale, he's a real athlete, powerful, quick and capable of driving his team up the pitch whilst also having this sort of end product. He's also an aerial threat, as this season he scored 2 headers from corners, another weapon in his arsenal which makes him such a unique and valuable defender to have in your side. Defensively, Teo is also solid and has no real weaknesses. He's able to defend in one-on-ones very well, as here, even though he does get nutmegged, he's able to use his acceleration, strength and tackling ability to recover and dispossess the player. We can see this ability as he's been dribbled past just 0.7 times per 90 this season, completing 1.6 tackles per 90, giving him a tackle success rate of 69%, which is very impressive. He is also a front foot defender which will suit Tuchel's aggressive pressing style of play. Here we see that the ball gets played into the opposition's right back and Teo is very alert, having the anticipation and speed to jump out of his position, intercept the pass, and now Milan have an attacking opportunity. If Teo was a more conservative, reactive fullback, then this attacking attacking opportunity doesn't come about, so this defensive skill can actually be a very valuable attacking weapon as well. So overall, despite Theo Hernandez likely being very expensive, probably costing up to £60 million, I think that if Chelsea can do the deal, then they have to go all out to do it. He's going to lift Chelsea's ball progression, chance creation and goal scoring threat down the left side to a completely new level. Currently Chelsea do need to improve their creative ability, and Theo is a perfect player to do this. He's also solid defensively, so can slot into a left back position in a back four when Tuchel deviates to that sort of system. And he's only 23, so he's a perfect age and he's only going to improve as well. In the next episodes, I will look at the left-sided centre-back I think Chelsea should sign, and then I'll be looking at the striker I think Chelsea could potentially get, which will be an outside-of-the-box transfer deal, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications so you get notified when that video comes out. Check out some of my other videos, including the previous episodes, which will be linked in the description below. Give the video a like, put your thoughts in the comment section below, and follow me on my other social media accounts for more content as well.